over there. Last year, Crystal Palace, which hadn't won anything in decades, won the FA Cup. It was one of the greatest stories in English sport last year because they won the League Cup. Okay, well, this is 3 years old. In 25 years, it'll mean more. You have to invest in it. And yes, I know the Lakers lost in the first round, the Bucks lost in the first round, but I just told you, teams that have gone deep in this cup, it's mattered later on. Join the new world. Join the worldly view of a sport that it's not all about the one thing at the end, especially for a fan base that's had almost nothing to celebrate. This is something that's worth celebrating. It's not something to have a ticker tape parade, but it is something worth celebrating. And I applaud Stephen A. and Spike Lee for being leaders in this, and I invite you to join them. Be on the right side of history.
Never. And I'll tell you right now, I'll say one last thing. I don't know if this is true or not, but if the NBA insists that these banners got to go up to the rafters, which a lot of people seem to think with the Lakers 2 years ago, the NBA should be ashamed of themselves. Now, I don't know if this is accurate, but I can't believe the Lakers would put a banner up where West is up there, and Magic and Kareem and Baylor.
Because they want to be on the right side of history. They want to embrace reality.
Oh, come on. You can't put a banner on the rafters.
Hold it. Doggy, grow up. Stop that. You can't. Now, you can say what you want about the New York Knicks. That's true. They won a championship last in 1973. The Lakers have 17 banners, for crying out loud. They can hang up whatever banner they want.
I totally disagree.
Hold it. They've delivered 17 championships. So what they're showing you is that it could be a regular season title. It could be an NBA Cup. It could be anything. Because they've got 17 banners, they know the difference. So what they're saying is we'll celebrate anything along the way. You calling out the New York Knicks might be accurate because this doesn't replace an NBA championship. It doesn't supplant that. And I understand that. But when you're a franchise that has won as much as the Lakers have won, you can hang up any damn thing you want because you're deciphering the difference. You're showing the world. Yeah, they know the difference between an NBA championship and an NBA Cup. But Wendy is absolutely right. Times have changed. There's a level of priority that teams associate with trying to be in the cup because they want those extra dollars in their pocket and stuff like that. In the case of the Lakers, they wanted to be the inaugural champions. It meant a lot to them because they're the first team to ever win that. Nobody else did it. Obviously, they did it, and that's what it is.
You think anybody who spends a fortune to go to those ball games at the Staples Center, looks in, or Crystal Palace, whatever it's fitting called, go up there and look at the rafters and see the 17 banners and see Kobe and Kareem and Magic and Elgin Baylor and says, wow, the Challenge Cup, we won that too. They don't do that. No, you can't fool a sports fan, Stephen. Stop trying to fool a sports fan. You don't put banners up there when the championship banners up there.
Excuse me. I'm not trying to fool a sports fan. I am a sports fan. You clearly have forgotten how to be a sports fan because to you, all that matters is the ending. But the process and the journey suddenly doesn't matter to you. That's your damn problem, Mr. Grinch. We're not that way. Wendy's absolutely right. We're not sitting up there and saying that this is a championship equitable to an NBA championship. What we're saying is every little step matters. Now the New York Knicks, guess what? You're absolutely right. The Lakers won the first one. The Milwaukee Bucks won the second one. They both got bounced out in the first round. Don't let it be you. Don't you be the third. Don't you be that team that does that. Yeah, this was a stepping stone. What this says is that, you know what? You're going for it all. Every single process that needs to be endured, you're going to do it, and you're going to be about trying to win the championship. Don't let us down come playoff time. Don't win the cup and then be home in April. Your asses better be ready to go through May. We expect you to be in June playing for the NBA championship. That is the goal. The New York Knicks know it. They've accepted the challenge. And step one was this. And I got no problems with it.
Okay, for one, I know you mean business when you call him Smith. I've never heard you call him Smith before in my entire life. You have to admit a single elimination tournament means something, obviously, to New York Knicks fans. But can I ask a question now? I checked notes, wrote, as constructed were the words by Stephen A. Smith. Can we stop this Giannis to New York now conversation? They've proven they can win something the way they are constructed now. Giannis doesn't need to come to New York. Would you agree?
Go ahead, Wendy. I'll let you go first.
So first off, Giannis, I don't know where Giannis's future is. I'm not sure if he knows. and he has not formally asked for a trade. And I'm skeptical that even if he did, that a trade would happen in the middle of the season. But the Knicks did believe in this roster. And the reason that there was not any real traction over the summer when the Knicks and the Bucks talked about it was because the Knicks liked the hand that they held. They didn't want to trade everything that the Bucks would have wanted to consider this situation because they did like this team. And I think they do want to see what they can do with it. But I'll tell you what, you talk about a top 5 player is still in his prime. Every team would have to seriously consider it. And if it became a serious consideration, the Knicks would have to have a serious discussion about it. There are pathways where the Knicks can keep their team in good stead and add a player like this. And so if it happened, and it's still an if right now, especially during the season, right. I think it's probably a June conversation. But Shea, I agree. In February, I'm not sure the Knicks could do this. But in June might be different.
Well, first of all, let's do a couple of things. No, they don't necessarily need to at this particular moment in time. But let's not insult the great Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is one of the top 5 players on the planet Earth. He's 6'11". He's a gazelle. The brother, he'll dunk on anybody. He averages 30 and 12. You always find room for somebody like him. For a guy like Kevin Durant, for example, 36 years of age or what have you, I don't give a damn what you got in your squad. You got an opportunity to get Kevin Durant, you get him because he's a walking bucket and a future Hall of Famer and a scoring machine unlike most things we've ever seen in NBA history. You get somebody like that. You sit up there and LeBron is a couple of years younger and you have an opportunity to get him. You figure it out and you worry about it later because these are generational players. You understand? A Steph Curry, people like that. So let's get that out the way first. Secondly, a little history, Shay. Doggy will appreciate this. In the 80s, the Detroit Pistons were on their way, doing just fine. With Isaiah, with Dumas, with Lambert, and all of these other guys. They had a dude by the name of Adrian Dantley, who was a walking bucket. What they did was they moved him out of there and went and got Mark Aguirre. And guess what happened? They won back-to-back titles. I'm just saying, a lot of times we look at a player and just because the things is going smoothly and you look en route to the ultimate goal doesn't mean that the addition of someone and the subtraction of others can't equate to that either. No matter what we see from the New York Knicks in terms of a Karl Anthony Towns, who I love, OG Anunoby and stuff like that. Sure, you don't want to lose all of these players. You got to keep some of them. I get that. But when you're talking about acquiring a Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's going to be 31 years of age, okay? I'm sorry. That is not something you pass up if you can get it done. So I love the New York Knicks. I think that I'm very proud of them. I think that they should be the favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference. Make no mistake about it. But if you told me today that I had to look at 5, they're starting 5, and a couple of them, along with a couple of first-round picks, had to go, because we got an opportunity to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not only am I saying yes, I'll drive my ass to Milwaukee and bring him back myself. You understand? And Doggy always teases me about private jets and stuff like that. Hell, I'll pay for it. Let me tell you something. Right? It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got an opportunity to get him, you do it. He's that great. Let's be very, very clear. I don't think it's going to happen. All right? But if it could, and I got to give up a couple of cats, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank you for your service. I really appreciate it. But this brother right here, I'm not passing him up. And to pair him with Brunson, I'm not letting that go. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'll walk to Milwaukee to get him. I'm serious. I'll walk to Milwaukee to get him.
He'd have to face the cold then. He won't do that. Go ahead.
No,
I would. Yes. Just Shay, I would brave the cold. For him, I would brave the cold.
And maybe when Karl Anthony Towns does get traded to Milwaukee, he can take his little shirt with him that says NBA champion.
You're terrible.
Stupid hat. Oh, my God.
All right.
That's hot stuff. I'm surprised that you went
You're going to have to deal with this. Hey, Wendy, we're going to break. But before we go to break, I don't know if you saw this. It was circling the airways the last week or so. You've seen a lot of basketball in your time. Have you ever seen a shot like this? Pete Mango.
This is terrible.
Hey, look at this.
Oh, that was awful. I got to see that again. Oh, my God. Where can we bury the shot?
No, we cannot. It's your first time back on air since this happened.
That was terrible. I'd be the first to. And I heard you made fun of me. I heard you made fun of me.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It's bad. Wendy,
It's awful.
one word
And
to
then
describe
limping at
that.
the end, too. Hurt himself.
I like you.
Terrible. All right, more first take coming up. The
It's
Cowboys.
rare to see a travel and a double dribble in the same play.
Was it a dribble? I'm not.